Here's your wrestling news for February 26, 2026. Your headlines for today include Oba Femi calls out Brock Lesnar for Big Money Showdown, the truth behind AJ Styles' retirement finally comes out, Jey Uso responds to Backlash over Elimination Chamber spot, CM Punk breaks Kayfabe, calls Seth Rollins one of the greatest, AEW stars suddenly pulled from AEW Dynamite and indie dates, WWE star's daughter launches petition for Hall of Fame induction, Michael Hayes responds to Backlash over Chelsea Green comments, health update emerges after 30-day hospital stay, and more. Oba Femi vs. Brock Lesnar isn't officially locked in for WrestleMania 42, but Femi made one thing clear: he's ready. During an interview with Lucha Libre Online, Femi said, "Listen, whenever Brock is ready for the challenge, he knows where to find me. I'm on the roster, he's still an active member of the roster." The ruler didn't hesitate or hedge. He made clear that the move now belongs to Lesnar. "He knows where to find me. Let's make it happen. Big money. Take my money." That kind of direct challenge adds weight to the rumor. Femi isn't positioning himself as the underdog, he's positioning himself as the next force in line, and invoking big money only reinforces the scale of the potential showdown. If WWE was undecided before, Femi just escalated the situation publicly. Now the question shifts to Lesnar. Does he answer the call? Should WWE pull the trigger on Oba Femi vs. Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 42, or save that collision for a different stage? Sound off below. AJ Styles didn't quietly fade into retirement, and now the real reason behind his decision has come to light straight from someone who heard it directly from him. Speaking on the Talkin' Shop podcast, Karl Anderson revealed the private conversation where Styles told him exactly why it was time to walk away. He said, "Dude, I have to. My neck is hurting so bad. I'm beat up. It's time. I want to help the next generation." That wasn't storyline. That wasn't speculation. That was a veteran recognizing the toll and making a call for his future. Anderson admitted he didn't accept it at first. Like many fans, he believed Styles still had more left in the tank and even floated potential returns publicly. But eventually, the reality became clear. And I go, "Well, I didn't really believe it, so I just kept talking on my podcast about how you were not going to retire and how you were going to go here and you were going to go there, and now I gotta eat a lot of crow, pal." At that point, Anderson understood this wasn't a break or a negotiation tactic. Styles had already made peace with it. So ladies and gentlemen, fans of Talkin' Shop, it's my esteemed honor to humbly apologize for giving anybody false hope that AJ Styles was not going to retire. Clearly I was wrong. He shoot retired. For a performer who built his reputation on durability, athleticism, and pushing through pain, hearing that his neck issues had reached that point says everything. After decades inside the ring, from TNA to Japan to WWE, the wear and tear finally caught up. Instead of risking long-term damage, Styles chose health, family, and the opportunity to give back to the next generation. Knowing this, does his retirement hit differently for you? After WWE uploaded the February 23rd Raw highlight showing Jey Uso winning the final spot in the 2026 Men's Elimination Chamber match, the video was flooded with dislikes, initially sitting at 72.6% dislikes with over 14,000 thumbs down compared to 5,300 likes. The numbers quickly became a major talking point online. Now, Jey has responded. On February 25th, the former World Heavyweight Champion took to his Instagram story and shared a screenshot showing the dislikes had climbed past 20,000. Instead of firing back defensively, he laughed it off. Alongside the image, Jey added the caption aimed directly at the critics, "Stop, y'all love me." That response says a lot. Rather than ignoring the backlash or trying to justify his push, Jey leaned into it. In today's wrestling landscape where online reactions can shape narratives quickly, that kind of confidence stands out. Whether the dislikes reflect genuine frustration over his booking or just loud online engagement, Jey appears unfazed as he heads into the Elimination Chamber. Do you think the backlash is real momentum working against him, or is Jey Uso turning negativity into fuel? Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. CM Punk just did something fans don't see often. He gave genuine credit to Seth Rollins. Appearing on Unsportsmanlike alongside AJ Lee, the reigning WWE World Champion stepped outside storyline rivalries and spoke openly about the evolution of independent wrestlers in WWE. In doing so, he even compared Rollins' journey to his own. Punk admitted he feels conflicted talking about his impact because of how it can be perceived. "Gosh, I'm conflicted when I talk about this stuff because then people will point and say, oh, you're egotistical, you're this, you're that. The truth of the matter is, the first guy through the wall gets bloodied. I was the first guy through the wall. Independent wrestling was looked down upon. It was the land of the giants. He reflected on not fitting the traditional WWE mold. I have, to the casual observer, some pretty ridiculous tattoos, but like everything else, tattoos are subjective. I wasn't supposed to make it as far as I did, but I would not be denied. From there, Punk shifted the focus to the next generation, wrestlers who didn't match the old blueprint of what a top guy was supposed to look like. There are many more men and women that are just like that they bet on themselves, they believe in themselves, but they don't have a look that fits a certain person's idea of what a pro wrestler is, and that was definitely me. So being able to try to always reach down and pull up the next generation, or, not pulling the ladder up, I'm trying to help other people get here. That's when he brought up Rollins, one of his most heated rivals, as a prime example. I think Seth Rollins is a great example of that. He's a guy that fit the same mold as I did. He didn't have the size, you wouldn't look at him and be like, oh yeah, he's a world champion. Then came the line that likely caught fans off guard. And now he's multiple-time, heavyweight champion. And it pains me to say it, but he's one of the greatest superstars over the last 10, 12 years. Considering their on-screen tension and real-life friction over the years, that kind of praise doesn't come lightly. Rollins carved his path from the independent scene through Ring of Honor and into WWE, eventually becoming one of the most decorated stars of the modern era. For Punk to acknowledge that publicly adds another layer to their story. Now the bigger question, does this off-camera respect make their rivalry stronger, or are we slowly heading toward a full-circle moment where they finally bury the hatchet on screen? Eddie Kingston will not be appearing at tonight's AEW Dynamite taping in Denver, and he's also been removed from several independent bookings this weekend as he deals with a medical issue. According to PW Insider, Kingston had been suffering from severe migraine headaches and is currently prioritizing his health. The condition has reportedly forced him to step away from multiple commitments, including appearances outside of AEW. Kingston had been advertised for a seminar and meet and greet hosted by Pro Wrestling Junkies alongside Ortiz. However, organizers confirmed on X that Kingston will no longer be attending due to medical reasons. Refunds are already being issued to fans who purchased meet and greet access. Ortiz is still expected to proceed with the seminar portion of the event and has reportedly offered to hold it free of charge for those who still wish to attend. Migraine-related issues can be extremely debilitating, often requiring full rest and limited stimulation to properly recover. Stepping away now may be a precautionary move to avoid further complications. At this time, there is no official timetable for Kingston's return. The hope is that with proper rest, he'll be able to resume his schedule soon. The push to see the Dynamite Kid inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame is now coming directly from his family. Bronwyn Billington, daughter of Thomas Dynamite Kid Billington, has launched a petition on Change.org urging WWE to honor her father with an induction. In an emotional message attached to the petition, she wrote, "Losing my father, known to the world as the Dynamite Kid, was one of the most challenging experiences of my life. As his eldest child, I carry his memory in my heart every day. His contributions to the world of professional wrestling were not only significant, but revolutionized the industry as a whole." She described him as more than just a performer, pointing to his lasting influence on generations of wrestlers. The petition highlights his technical precision, innovative offense, and groundbreaking work in Stampede Wrestling, Japan, and WWE as one half of the British Bulldogs alongside Davey Boy Smith. Bronwyn also addressed what she sees as a major omission in WWE history. His contributions have been recognized by fans, sports writers, and wrestlers alike, making his exclusion from the WWE Hall of Fame a notable oversight. Inducting the Dynamite Kid would not only recognize his extraordinary contributions, but also fulfill the wishes of countless fans who have long awaited this honor for him. Please join me in calling on the WWE to honor the Dynamite Kid by inducting him into their Hall of Fame. Your signature can make all the difference, paying tribute to a legend who deserves a rightful place among wrestling's greatest figures. Dynamite Kid passed away in December 2018 at the age of 60. He remains widely regarded as one of the most influential in-ring performers of his era, credited with helping shape the fast-paced, hard-hitting style that defines much of modern wrestling. With the petition now gaining traction, attention turns to whether WWE will respond to this renewed public call for recognition and whether the Dynamite Kid will finally take his place among wrestling's immortals. WWE producer Michael P.S. Hayes is finally responding after facing backlash tied to WWE Unreal Season 2. When the Netflix series aired, Hayes was shown discussing Chelsea Green in a way that suggested she had a defined ceiling. Green later admitted publicly that the comments hurt, especially hearing them presented that way on a major streaming platform. Given her strong fan support, the reaction online was immediate and loud. Now, appearing on 6 Feet Under with The Undertaker, Hayes offered his side of the story. I've talked to Netflix about this because when we did that interview, and I recall this specifically when we started the interview, the first thing I said was, Chelsea is as good, as talented, and as entertaining as anyone we have. But of course that never saw the light of day. It was left on the cutting room floor because if you're gonna make me a heel, the best way to do it is to say she's not good enough. That's not what I was saying. Hayes claims key context was removed in editing, painting him in a harsher light than intended. But while he clarified that point, he didn't walk back his overall stance. I don't regret what I said because her role at the time, and even right now, is not the top role. It's to help make other people. And as you know, we're always only as good as the people who help make us. Now with that said, if Chelsea caught fire because of the following and support she has, we'd go with that in a heartbeat. Look at Daniel Bryan, look at Kofi Kingston. When they caught fire, we went with it whether some people at the top agreed with it or not. We went with it whether some people at the top agreed or not. We went with it. By referencing Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston, Hayes pointed to past examples where fan momentum forced WWE's hand creatively. He also acknowledged that he views Green as underutilized, but maintained that he was speaking honestly about her current creative positioning, not her talent level. The bigger issue here may not just be what was said, but how it was presented. In the Netflix era, backstage commentary isn't staying backstage, and when those conversations become public, they hit differently. A WWE Hall of Famer is on the road to recovery after a serious health scare. Typhoon, real name Fred Ottman, recently revealed that he was hospitalized for nearly 30 days after his gallbladder exploded. The 69-year-old legend was discharged on February 9th, but later underwent what he described as a pretty tough surgery on February 23rd. Taking to Instagram, Ottman shared an update with fans, confirming he is now back home. Good morning, everybody. This is Fred Ottman, aka Tugboat, Typhoon, the Shockmaster, Big Steel Man, and I'm coming at you live. They released me from the hospital yesterday. They kept me in the hospital for an extra couple days for observation because the surgery was pretty tough. But I'm home with my beautiful wife Sheila, and I got home healthcare coming in and checking on me today. And then will come the road to recovery, which ought to take a while, I believe, he said. Ottman made sure to thank fans for their continued support during the ordeal. But I just wanted to keep you guys in the loop, and thanks for all the prayers and all the thoughts and everything and the cards and letters that have been sent to me. God bless you, each and every one. I really appreciate the support. You know, you're my extended family. So I just wanted to keep you in here. All right, I love you, and I won't bother you anymore. Have a great day. For longtime fans, Ottman remains a memorable figure from the late 80s and 90s, portraying characters such as Tugboat, Typhoon, and the Shockmaster. He was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2020 as part of the natural disasters, alongside Earthquake. It's encouraging to hear he's home and beginning recovery, wishing Typhoon a smooth and steady road back to full health. Don't miss our next video coming at 5:30 p.m. Eastern with all the latest wrestling updates. Smash that bell icon and select all notifications so you're always in the loop.